Okay, trigonometry to find the length of a missing side. First thing to recognise is the fact that trigonometry only works in right angle triangles. There we have our two right angles. And secondly, these things across here tell us all the ratios that we need to know. Sine, opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine, adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent, opposite over adjacent. Our first step always is to label the sides as opposite, adjacent and hypotenuse. So looking at this triangle over here, through my right angle I get to the hypotenuse. Through the angle I'm given I get to the opposite. The side connecting the angle to the right angle is my adjacent. I'm interested in x and I've got the value of h, so O and h are the two sides which I'm given, so that's going to be this ratio here because it contains O and h. Swapping values in gives us sine of the angle, sine of 31 is equal to the opposite, x, divided by the hypotenuse, which is 10. To then find our value of x, we need to remove the divider by 10 by timesing both sides by 10 to give us that 10 sine 31 is equal to x. And then it's a case of using the calculator to evaluate that statement. So we've got 10 times by sine 31 is equal to, well, to three significant figures, we get that x is 5.15 centimetres. Now this example is slightly more complicated because the thing that we're trying to find is the hypotenuse. What happens is as follows. We continue as we would do normally. Label the sides. So through the right angle, hypotenuse. Through the angle, opposite. Angle that connects, the side that connects the angle to the right angle, adjacent. The sides that we've got, A and H, this ratio here. Swapping in values, cos 63 is equal to A, which is 4, divided by x. What we're trying to find is on the bottom of the equation, which makes things slightly more complicated. Well, we continue like we did across here. To remove the fraction, we times both sides by whatever the denominator is. In this case here, it's x. So times by x gives us x cos 63 is equal to 4. Then to get the x by itself, we remove the cos 63 by dividing by cos 63. And then we end up with x is equal to 4 divided by cos 63. Now if you look to what this line is to what this line is, all that's really happened is that these two things are swapped over. X comes up, cos 63 goes to the bottom of the fraction. So that's one way to remember what you're doing. Then it's just a case of evaluation. So with our calculator, use the fraction button, 4 on the top, cos 63 on the bottom. I didn't mention this before, but make sure you've got the little D in your display there to make sure it's doing the right thing. Press equals, and to three significant figures, our value of x is 8.81 centimetres.